no, 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 no. I, yes, I did say I will use that song for an intro, but I was just kidding. I can't play that song on YouTube. Why? First of all, copyright infringement, and the lyrics of that song will probably get me kicked off YouTube. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Production team. Okay, let's work on another song. Until then, let's let her rip. Good evening, everybody. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Uh, and welcome to Wrestling Gold Friday Night. Yes, I'm pretty sure everybody has heard the news. Unfortunately, we lost another legend this week. That being Kevin Sullivan. Uh, what can you say about him? He definitely a legend. Very influential. Uh, um, I mean, if you see the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, and if you want to go back, I mean, no surprising that Kevin Sullivan worked a lot with his grandfather, his father, and his uncle down in Florida. So he probably did see a lot of this stuff, and it helped Bray Wyatt influence, or Wyndham Rotundo influence the character of Bray Wyatt. Um, Born in October 26, 1949, in Boston, Massachusetts. His first wrestling match was in Montreal, defeating Bernard Frenchette, and wrestled as the name Johnny West for a while in National Wrestling Alliance's Gulf Coast Wrestling in the early 70s, uh, capturing one half of the tag team championship of the Gulf Coast Tag Team Championship with Ken Lucas. Uh, Went back to championship wrestling from Florida in 1977. Went by his real name Kevin Sullivan. Teamed up with Mike Graham as a babyface. Uh, then ventured into Georgia, feuded with Austin Idol, teamed with Austin Idol in the battle against the Freebirds. I think one of my second, third episode, I kind of talked about the infamous four flat tires uh, angle they did on Georgia Championship Wrestling with him and Austin Idol against the Freebirds. Um, then he had a little change of philosophy, as Gordon Soley would say. He turned heel against Steve Kern uh, on Georgia Championship Wrestling in I think it was a national, what was it? It was called the Georgia Television Championship at the time. I don't think it's was called the National Television Championship yet. I could be wrong. I have to look that up. Hello, Joe King. Listening and driving. No texting. Shh. Uh, Karen Poole, hello, listening and watching the Falcons. Come on, it's preseason, and it's the Falcons. Uh, uh, so yeah, around '81, he did turn heel. Uh, Went to Memphis, team with Wayne Ferris. Of course, Wayne Ferris grew up to become the Honky Tonk Man, and ventured off in the and Championship Wrestling from Florida, and that's where he developed uh, the Prince of Darkness gimmick, kind of like a satanic gimmick, like a Charles Manson family type gimmick. I think he was playing at the time, MTV with the Motley Crues using the satanic symbols and stuff like that, and of course, heavy Ozzy Osbourne, of course, being the Prince of Darkness and all that. So he kind of got influenced by that, uh, venturing way outside that wrestling bubble. That's what a regular heel and a regular bayface should be. Brought in Mark Lewin and called him the Purple Haze. Mike Davis was part of his stable. Bob Root, Luna Vachon. Uh, and of course, this was the '80s too. You had that satanic panic going on too. So that probably, yeah, they probably got a lot of that too. Uh, and they also had King Curtis with them too, doing promos. And uh, go back and watch uh, the Hawaiian territories of uh, Tales from Territories. Talks a lot about Curtis Ikea. Probably one of the best promo people in the history of wrestling. Did it his own way, and people were just so intrigued by that. So, uh, wrestle for the not the Poffos, but the Savoldis in ICW. As I think they had a little partnership with Championship Wrestling Florida, so they go up there, feud with again Austin Idol, Jumpin' Joe Savoldi. Then he would come to Jim Crockett Promotions. Florida had pretty much died out. Um, no pun intended. Uh, everything kind of started going out downhill when Eddie Graham passed away. Started a little bit when Dusty left and went to Crockett, and Dusty took a lot of the talent there to Crockett, and but he was still managing to hold on. But again, it was during that time too where if they weren't being gobbled up by Vince McMahon, Jim Crockett was uh, gobbling up talent as well. During that time, he formed the Varsity Club. I guess Jim Crockett was like, I don't care for that satanic stuff. So can you do something else? So he basically formed a trio with him, Mike Rotundo, and Rick Steiner, being the Varsity Club, feuding with Jimmy Garvin and all his friends, his brother Ronnie Garvin, stepfather. I think that's right. I think he was a stepfather. Uh, though when Steiner left the group, of course, they replaced with Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Dan Spivey, who played for the Georgia Bulldogs. Dan Spivey did. Uh, and with, feud with Eddie Gilbert, Steen, Steiner, and all of them. Then around 89, the Varsity Club just kind of disbanded. Team with Buzz Sawyer for a little bit. Then kind of went to Japan a little bit. Had a cup of coffee in Smoky Mountain. Um, then went to Eastern Championship Wrestling, which became ECW, and wrestled there for a little bit. Came back to WCW. Team with Cactus Jack some more. They wanted him and Cactus won the tag team titles, WCW World Tag Team titles. Then, of course, Cactus left. Then Hogan came in. He formed the what was it called again? Sorry, the the oh gosh, I know he had to face the fear. The Dungeon of Doom. Excuse me, the Dungeon of Doom, and the coalition to end Hulkamania and all that good stuff. Partnered up with the Horsemen with Ric Flair and stuff like that. Had a short but memorable feud with Brian Pillman, where in a pay-per-view match, Brian Pillman said, "I respect you, Mr. Booker Man," and left. And all kinds of shenanigans. Yes, Kevin Sullivan was also a booker for Florida Championship Wrestling, also WCW, very instrumental in the uh, early beginnings of the NWO, of course. Uh, famous, yes, famously, uh, had Hulk Hogan stay at his house that night before the Bass at the Beach pay-per-view. That way, nobody can come by and or call him, go to Hulk Hogan's house and talk him out of turning heel. That's of course according to Kevin Sullivan. It hasn't been counted or anything, so we got to count that as what did what it was. That's what he did. Um, Competed with Chris Benoit that ended it in a career uh, match. Loser had to retire, of course. Kevin Sullivan lost that match, was forced to retire. Reformed the varsity club in the late 90s, I think early 2000s, uh, with Mike Rotundo and Rick Steiner, with uh, Kimona Won't Lay Me, which was called Leah Meow at the time. Uh, but, it was the dying days of WCW, so nobody cared. Of course, there was a falling out between Benoit, Malenko, Eddie Guerrero when he was booking. There's been a few stories about what actually happened. They just bolted to the WWF. Uh, then, at the end, just did independence. Had a couple, made an appearance at told for NWA TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Was featured in the Car Subject Change documentary, which was pretty good. I do recommend check that one out. It's good. Um, had a wrestling match in 2019 against Brian Pillman Jr. Then made an appearance at Ring of Honor in 2016. I think he helped BJ Whitmer beat Steve Corino. Formed an alliance with Whitmer and Punishment Martinez, who is now Damian Priest. Uh, let's see what else. And I did talk about this. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe, where he was in had a accident at a signing. Uh, Underwent surgery for multiple complications. Um, uh, then it was reported yesterday or this morning, that he had died from a blood clot. He was 74 years old, but yes. Let's see. The men's, let's see, some of his accomplishments for the Cauliflower Alley Club, the Men's Wrestling Award in 2022, the NWA World Tag Team Championship, Central States version with Ken Lucas, one-time Century Wrestling Alliance champion, and this is a small promotion in New England. Championship Wrestling Florida, NWA Florida Heavyweight Champion one time, NWA Florida Tag Team Championship 4 times, 3 on with Mike Graham, 1 on with Haystacks Calhoun, and the NWA Southern Heavyweight Champion 4 times. 2-time ECW Tag Team Champion with Tasmaniac. NWA Georgia Heavyweight Champion 2 times. NWA Georgia Tag Team Championship 1 time with Tony Atlas. Yes, during that time too, he got really into bodybuilding thanks to Tony Atlas. I think he did some independent bodybuilding competitions. Uh, I think he did very well. I just remember a shoot interview he did. He talked about it. He was also the NWA. Okay, so it was the national television championship that he won from Steve Keirn because he was 2-time champion there. Gulf Coast, NWA Continental, and of course this was Southeastern. Gulf Coast turned to Southeastern, that turned into Continental Wrestling Line or Continental Championship Wrestling, then Continental Wrestling Federation. NWA Continental Heavyweight Champion 2 times, Southeastern Champion 2 times with Ken Lucas. Um, let's see, NWA United States champion Gulf Coast person Ken Lucas, two-time United States Junior champion, NWA Hall of Fame member in 2001, New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, 2013. Mid America, I believe this is Schoolis' territory. One-time Mid American Television Champion, one-time Southern Tag Team Champion with Len Rossi, NWA World Tag Team Champion Mid American version. One time with Rod Fuller, one time with Mike Graham. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI Most Improved Wrestler 81, number 58 and the top 500 singles wrestler in 94, number 106 in 2003. Uh, the PWI ears, I know they call that one. Southern Championship Wrestling, Tennessee. Southern Heavyweight Champion one time. Southwest, that was one in Texas. Southwest Heavyweight Champion one time. WCW World Tag Team Champion one time with Cactus Jack. United States Champion also one time with Steve Williams. Joe King. Just got in. Haven't heard about this till I seen you're open. Uh, just got done 2 days ago watching his shoot. Yeah, it's if you whoa, oops, sorry. Um, yeah, I found out this morning. Um, I just so happened to pop in Facebook and heard the announcement. Um, but like I said, I mean, most of that like real dark, I guess you could call it satanic type Dave or type heel, uh, like the Bray Wyatts and stuff like that. That's very interesting. That has a Kevin Sullivan blueprint written all over it. So he was definitely influential. Uh, was a he's one of those. I mean, as far as Booker, I guess he did okay. He just know he liked to get. If I was one to, if I was need a heel to get over, and of course if I had my own promotion, he was still around, and I need a heel. If I had a monster heel to get over, and I needed some advice, had his number, definitely would have called him. Uh, but like I said, a lot of the early NWO where they just kind of pounding and pounding and pounding everybody, that was heavy duty Sullivan's doing. Uh, so yeah, part of that 82 weeks, he was definitely in that booking committee and very influential in what was going on in that situation. Um, was he great? I'm pretty sure he made his mistakes. One thing, if you ever do watch shooting reviews and stuff like that, one thing you do kind of pick up on is if a wrestler talks about a booker, if they were used really good, if they're used good, or sometimes all it takes is hey, um, I use it. I'll use Ole Anderson as an example. Brad Armstrong shooting review. They asked him about Brad Armstrong. He said, he liked Ole. Anytime he had a card, he'd call me up. You know, if Ole was booking, I knew I had a job. So it was between that. If you were between that and used real good, they would love. They always love a booker like that. If Kevin Sullivan was the booker, Dusty or whoever, they love the guy. But if he wasn't used good, then they kind of didn't like it, or you felt like uh, you weren't used good, or something like that. They usually do not like the booker or promoter or whoever. Um, but yes, condolences go out to the family and friends of Kevin Sullivan. May he rest in peace. Uh, so yeah, later on, if anybody's got any Kevin Sullivan memories, please We'll share those later. Uh, right now, let's go to our usual format. Now we're going to talk about this day in wrestling history, starting with, excuse me, not a whole lot of stuff, but a few things. Uh, kind of busy day trying to get you know the Kevin Sullivan stuff, you know, format and everything. Excuse me. I need to find a cough button on this. All right. On this day in 1976, the Mid South Coliseum put on a show drawing 10,098 people. Don Carnolo defeated the Scorpion by DQ. Frankie Lane and Charlie Cook beat Ken Dillinger and Duke Miller. Don Anderson and Dennis All beat Bounty Hunters. Jackie Fargo and Playboy Frazier defeated the Southern Tag Team Champions Bill Hickerson and Dennis Condrey by DQ. And Chad Briscoe defeated Jerry Lawler for the Southern Championship. So didn't know Chad Briscoe. I'm pretty sure was in a long reign, but but he went in there and beat Jerry Lawler. So didn't know he spent a whole lot of time in Memphis. So that was that's definitely educational there. Uh, on this date in 1980, the Showdown of Shadetown, I think that's what it was called at the time. Bruno Sammartino defeated his protege Larry Zbyszko in a steel cage match. This was at Shea Stadium in New York City. The reported crowd, hello, Brandon Watson. The reported crowd was 36,295. Also on that show, Andre the Giant, this is 1980. Andre the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan. Pedro Morales and WWF champion Bob Backlund defeated the Wild Samoans for the WWF Tag Team titles, but they had to wind up vacating them due to Backlund holding the WWF Championship. See, they didn't let anybody this whole double championship this time. Pat Patterson defeated Toru Kamada. The Heyman defeated Rene Goulet. Ivan Putski defeated Johnny Rods. Angel Marvila defeated Jose Estrada. Fabulous Moolah and Beverly Shea defeated Candy Mal- Malawi, and Peggy Lee. Dominic DeNucci defeated Baron Michael Cicluna. Red Gagne defeated Quick Draw. Tatsumi Fujinami defeated Chavo Guerrero to win the WWF Junior title, or to retain it, excuse me, to retain the WWF Junior title. Tony Inoki defeated Larry Sharp to retain the NWF title. Tony Atlas defeated Ken Patera by countout, so Patera actually retained the WWF Intercontinental Champion, or title championship, whatever. On this date in 1982, Carl Fergie won an elimination match. Also in the match was The Angel, Nova Austin, Dennis Condrey, Bobby Fulton, King Cobra, Sweet Brown Sugar, and Terry Taylor. Steve Kern drew with Dutch Mantel, Dream Machine, Corey Graham, and Jim Mitchell defeated Ron Bass and Stan Lane to win the Southern Tag Team Championship. Mid American Champion Bill Dundee pinned Bobby Eaton, and Jerry Lawler pinned Kamala in a no DQ hair versus title match to win the Southern title. Also on this date in 1982, some bad news for Wahoo McDaniel. The Charlotte, North Carolina Observer newspaper runs a story about Wahoo McDaniel filing for bankruptcy, exposing the real financials of pro wrestling stars in the era. Let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. And or blow it up on my end. All right. Let's see. Charlotte professional wrestler Edward Wahoo McDaniel filed a personal bankruptcy claim late last week in U.S. bankruptcy court. Mr. McDaniel of God dang it, gave the address 6021 Providence Road, apartment 16, owes $35,825, including 11,862 in secured debts to 28 creditors listed in the court file. Among those debts are 11,862 to the Bank of Charlotte, 5,319 to the American Express, 4,190 or $165 to Diners Club, $3,750 to the Internal Revenue Service, and $1,000 to the North Carolina Department of Revenue. According to the claim, Mr. McDaniel's income in 1981 from individual contracts as a professional wrestler was $69,800. Wow. His estimate estimates he will net $3,000 monthly for the next year. Projected monthly expenses for Wahoo McDaniel and his wife include $450 rent, $250 transportation, and $300 for clothing and laundry, are estimated at a total $2,350. U.S. bankruptcy judge Marvin Wooten has ordered Mr. McDaniel to pay $500 per month through a court-appointed trustee for the next 36 months toward his accumulated debts until half of them are paid. If Mr. McDaniel misses a $500 payment, the trustee will send him 3 warnings. If he still fails to pay, the court will dismiss his bankruptcy protection, and he will be fully responsible for all debts. Wow. So, so this was 1981, and they had to pay for a lot of their travel expenses and hotels at the time. Uh, it's definitely not the $1 million lifestyle that you thought they were you thought they would pay or thought they were making. Just doing a quick little search here. So, 1981, 6,908 is. Mm. So, according to this little Google search, $69,000 in 1981 is equal to this year being $245,254 62 cents today. So, how much was he paying for? He was paying $450 in rent for an apartment. I'm pretty sure that was a nice apartment too. Uh, in those days. Anyway, let's keep moving along. And this on this date in 1986, Ric Flair regained the NWA World Heavyweight title by defeating Dusty Rhodes, and they had a small little TV rematch where Baby Doll interfered. So yeah, Flair got the gold back and got Dusty's woman. All right. On this date in 1997, WCW presented Road Wild in Sturgis, South Dakota. This was the Sturgis Rally and race, drawing 6,500 people, shown live on pay per view. You have Harlem Heat defeating Buff Bagwell and Scott Norton. Conan defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. Steve McMichael and Chris Benoit defeated Jeff Jarrett and Dean Malenko in an elimination tag match. U.S. or excuse me, WCW Cruiserweight Champion Alex Wright defeated Chris Jericho. Yes, that is Lionheart Chris Jericho back in 1997. This is for Y2J. Uh, and all the other characters he came out with the last few years. Let's see. Ric Flair defeated Six, Sean Waltman. Kurt Hennig defeated Diamond Dallas Page. Look at this young big filler. Paul White, the Giant, before it became the Big Show. Right here, I guess some people were convinced that he was Andre the Giant's son. That's the gimmick they were going with, but he wound up defeating Randy Savage. Rick and Scott Steiner beat WCW World Tag Team Champions, the Outsiders Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, by DQ. And let's see, Monday before this pay per view, Lex Luger had pinned Hulk Hogan to become WCW champion. So this was no surprise when they had a rematch. Hulk Hogan pinned Lex Luger to win the WCW World Title. Of course, this one of those deals where Luger almost had him beat. All the NWO came in, interfered. Lex Luger, knocked them all out of the way. Then somebody dressed up as a fake Sting, hit him over the head with a ball bat, and leg drop 1, 2, 3. So I do remember watching this pay per view. It was not great. uh, just like I said, let the Hulk Hogan match, you pretty much know how that was going to end. It was cool to see Kurt Hennig back in the singles match. Uh, the Alex Wright Chris Jericho match was all right. I thought you got Steve McMichael in there. No offense to him right now. I know he's not doing too good, health wise himself. Uh, but uh, but I wish they could have got somebody else. Team with Chris Benoit. Anyway, but it was what it was. It was WCW, and people dug it. Yeah, I mean, the one cool thing about it is like the people they did like, and especially the bikers who was kind of in the front row or along the outside, they were rev up their motorcycles. So that part was, I thought that was actually kind of cool. Uh, but if you try to go back and watch it today, uh, not that good. Also on this date in 1997, ECW presented Born to Be Wired in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the ECW Arena, drawing 1,400 people. Little Guido defeated Prodigy. Mikey Whipwreck defeated Louis Piccoli. Spike Dudley pinned Bam Bam Bigelow. Chris Candido defeated Chris Chetty. Shane Douglas defeated Lance Storm. ECW champion Taz defeated Al Snow. The Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Diva and Big Dick defeated Axel Rodnett, Balls Mahoney, and Hack Myers. Rob Van Dam defeated Tommy Dreamer. And oh boy, I remember this match. Sabu and Terry Funk in a barbed wire match. It's no, if I remember correctly, and looking at the picture, yeah, it was no ropes. I don't think all barbed wire. I remember watching a tape of this. This was, I think, Sabu has told the story. I think it's an infamous story by now, where he tore his bicep because of the barbed wire, and he just taped it back together. Uh, Tough guy that Sabu is. But he wound up winning the ECW World Title in that match, and I mean, like the end of it, I mean, it was they was just all stuck together, and I mean, Terry Funk was covered head to toe in barbed wire, as was Sabu. I mean, this was a mess, major, major, major mess. Uh, but this is what ECW is famous for. Uh, I'm pretty sure the crowd. I'm pretty sure if was, I mean, I was amazed by watching it there. I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking ridiculous. Uh, but at the time, like I said, it was awesome because nobody's seen that at the time, or some people in America didn't see it at the time. Kind of seen the Japanese, hardcore FMW style exploding rings and stuff like that. Sorry, I know I'm kind of moving around right now. I'm having a little bit of back problem, so it's kind of sometimes uncomfortable to sit. So, but yeah, this was this was. I mean, I remember watching the whole tape. This was I kind of like this one better than the WCW pay per view, but this wasn't on pay per view or anything like that. It was just their show. They like to name their shows sometimes. But you know, the Shane Douglas Lance Storm match was really good. Uh, Candido and Chris Chetty was pretty decent. Uh, but like, of course, Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer was good. Um, but yeah, that Sabu very fun. Man. That was very wild. And moving right along. And like I said, our watch along tonight comes from Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Uh, the person who put this video out, uh, the YouTube channel is called Down and Dirty Tennessee. Uh, yeah, I mean, I just remember most barbed wire matches I did see at the time they would probably wrap either take the top rope off or something like that and put barbed wire on that one, or sometimes they would put barbed wire around the ropes, um, but never just take all the ropes off and replace the ropes with barbed wire. Well, as far as in America, I think like I said, FMW they did that a lot because the exploding matches and light tubes and thumbtacks and shark tanks with sharks and poisonous snakes. Just kidding about the poisonous snakes and sharks. But didn't they have some kind of shark tank match or something like that? Or somebody did. Um, I know FMW did a fire match as well. Of course, we first seen that in Puerto Rico in the '80s. Uh, but yeah, like I said, I just remember watching this and like, what the hell? I mean, this kind of reiterates like I can watch one match like this. I can't watch. I don't know if I can even sit there in a crowd and watch nothing but uh yeah, well, yeah, CZW Japan. They did, but I mean, CZW came later on after ECW went under or was about to go under. Japan did those. Japan did a lot of brutal matches. Puerto Rico did too, but yeah, yeah, especially FMW. I think the Wing promotion as well. They kind of did the hardcore uh, death matches, stuff like that. XPW came along as well and did the death matches as well. Uh, I think also IWA Mid South, Ed Ryan's company. I think it was either going at the time or starting to go, and they really didn't do that much. But somebody's backyard and the thumbtacks, the light tubes, the uh, all that good stuff. But nothing was brutal as the AIDS infected Blade on a rope match. That was pretty. I think I talked about that on one of the spot shows. Oh my gosh. I still recommend. I ain't going to trying to remember the name of it. Don't YouTube, don't search for it, don't look it up. Do not look it up. I highly recommend you not. If you never watched it, I highly recommend you not ever watch it. Don't do it. Just don't. That's one I highly recommend. Don't even don't. I mean, I would recommend you watch an hour's worth of big show matches. Then I would recommend you watching the tape that had the AIDS infected blood on or AIDS infected blade on a rope match. Do not search for it. Don't look. Don't. Honestly, don't. Do not. See, Joe King says do not recommend. Like, I recommend you not. Like, don't even think about it. Go watch an hour of big show matches. And I will say, I don't even recommend that, but if you're gonna watch one or two, an hour of big show matches, because that tape was just retarded beyond all recognition. I mean, it was bad. It was horrible, horrible. But that's why we got good old wrestling gold Friday night. Let's see. Like I said, we're gonna watch some Smoky Mountain Wrestling from March 25th, 1995. Yeah, uh, 10 Disco Inferno matches. There you go. Um, ah, I got you. I got you. I think I got you. I gotta remember the name first. I recommend. I would recommend you go to you play the Hollywood Hulk Hogan Warrior match from Halloween Havoc, whatever year that was. Put it on repeat for an hour, or put it on repeat for at least an hour before you watch the AIDS Blade on a Rope video. That's how bad that one tape is. I would sit there. I would rather watch Halloween Havoc, Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior on repeat for an hour than watch even a second of that one tape. Gosh. Mm. And I think the title of the tape is coming back to me because I now remember why I bought it. It was called Expose. I'm sorry, folks. It popped back. It was called Exposing the Business or something like that. Do not watch it. Don't search for it. Do not watch it. If you do watch it, don't blame me because this is like the second time on a live stream that I'm saying do not watch it. Like I said, if it's exposing the business or watching Hollywood Hulk Hogan Warrior Hollywood Havoc match on repeat for an hour, watch the Hogan Warrior Hollywood Havoc repeat for an hour. That's how bad it is. Anyway, yes, Smoky Mountain Wrestling from 1995. Let me pull up the link here. There's a link. Whenever you folks are ready, because I'm very much ready to watch this Smoky Mountain Wrestling here because I just gotta get that. Oh, I gotta get that one because that. Oh, see, it's coming back to my memory. I gotta wash it out. So as soon as y'all ready, I'm pushing play. I don't even know. I don't even know if I even do it. I'll do a 1 second countdown because I gotta have my brain wash out of that memory of that tape. So like I said, don't stall. When you're ready, let me know. Okay, I'll do the usual 5 second countdown, but it's gonna be a fast 5 seconds. And this one's got a cool segment. That's all I'm gonna say about this one. I remember what because a few years ago I did watch. I think I got up to this point in the Smoky Mountain. I think I got to like April. Then I gotta watch something. Got into watching something else or something. I don't know what. But this one's got a cool little segment in it. It's a segment we actually mentioned before, but now we can see it in its entirety, I guess. I hope this is the one's got it in its entirety. But yeah, we got the gangsters on this one. I think it's leading to that fire on the mountain, or no, the Super Super Bowl of wrestling '95, where you had Undertaker versus Unabomb. Uh, Jim Ross was actually doing commentary at the time. I think this is one of those times he was let go by the WWF. So um, like I said, whenever y'all ready, just let me know. I'll do the countdown and we shall begin. I'm actually stalling right now because I'm not. It's actually giving my eyes a headache. So I'm gonna watch. Of course, Smoky Mountain was started up by Jim Cornette, Sandy Scott, with a little financial help from Rick Rubin, who is a music producer. See, like a big time music producer at that time. Rick Rubin was actually the co-founder, along with Russell Simmons, of Def Jam Records, founder of American Records as well, and former co-president of Columbia Records. Helped popularize hip hop. Beastie Boys, Ghetto Boys, Run DMC, Public Enemy, LL Cool J, uh, pop stars like Keisha, Adele, and Lady Gaga, heavy metal act Danzig, Metallica, and Slayer, alternative soul, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, The Strokes, also country, Johnny Cash, the Avett Brothers, and the Chicks. Who are the Chicks? Oh, it's a Dixie Chick. Oh my God, it's a Dixie Chick. We gonna drop the dick. We gonna drop the Dixie out because we don't like that twanging stuff. I don't like that twanging stuff. Even though I sound like this. That was such an annoying. No, I was never a fan of the Chicks, by the way. I'm just not a big country music person to begin with, and that one was just annoying. And I seen like it wasn't behind the music, but it was like it was on, is I think they call it, it's like a shorter version behind, it was behind the music, but a shorter version, like 30-minute version. And they talk about when they had, because they had an original singer, but they was about to strike big, um, and I guess the label, whatever, said, "Hey, we kind of advise y'all to drop the lead singer and get a new lead singer." And I guess I can't remember if they found her or the record company found her or something like that. But anyway, they approached her, and she was like, "Okay, do we gotta do that twanging stuff? Because I don't like that twang. I mean, she when she talks, she sounds just she's twangy. I mean, I know I have a cornbread accent, but good gosh, she's cornbread, buttermilk, baked beans, and that her accent. I don't like that twang. Do we gotta be twangy? So you are twangy. So after I watched that, I'm like, God, not only I'm not, if I was not a fan already of them, uh, I was like, God, she sounds so ungrateful. Then, of course, later on, found out how ungrateful she is. But so I was never, I mean, never was a fan. That got me even less of a be a fan. I was like, man, I wish they could just fall off. And I think that's what I, I think that's what it didn't take much. Uh, uh, I think a lot of people. So I remember having a conversation about this when all that happened. I think a lot of people just want a reason to not like them no more, and that's all it took. So I mean, I don't think anybody's being real to, because George W. Bush was not a popular president by any means. I mean, even though he got 2 terms or whatever, was not a popular guy, especially in the mainstream media and stuff like that. But like I said, a lot of people did. They got popular, then it's like, okay, enough of them. I think people just got sick of them. Because when you, I guess in all things, if you just keep hearing the same people, uh, I mean, fortunately, this ain't happened to ah, what's that girl? Oh, what's that girl's name now? Who's the it girl? Come on, Travis Kelce. Shit, his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. They haven't played Taylor Swift yet, but she strikes a chord. A lot of women like those cop block songs, and obviously, that's what Dixie Chicks should have done, write cop block songs instead of whatever. Uh, See, I'm still stalling. Not to push. Is choking? Is anybody ready for the watch along yet? Oh, okay. Volume is down. Which all right. Brenda Watson, LOL. I mean, you heard her talk. You probably heard her talk more times than I have. I just heard her talking that one thing. I'm like, God, she's freaking annoying. Oh yes, I'm waiting. Yes, I kept saying, hey, are we ready? All right. Oops. Here I am. Hi guys. See, we mentioned Chris Jericho before, so we gotta do a Chris Jericho impression. All right, and 3, 2, 1, play.
Flip on around, you're about to see the show and town. The biggest stars and the biggest brawls. The biggest hit.
Yeah, I better cut that down. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Yeah, Jim Ross and Les Thatcher. They might. I ain't heard from Les Thatcher in a while. Back when people started like especially the audio podcasts. Or I don't think those call it podcasts. This internet wrestling radio shows. I think Les Thatcher did one, or he'll be a guest on a lot of them. And that dude was a knowledgeable guy. Seems like a cool guy, cool down to earth guy. Never got to meet him. Only time I did get to see him was the weekend or the week of Brad Armstrong's passing. He did like a not a meet and greet, but one of those training sessions with wrestlers, and he stuck around and did a little tribute to Brad Armstrong. Mike Sampson, that's the same Mike Sampson that did he dye his hair and go to Tennessee or Memphis at one time, or am I thinking somebody else? Mark Curtis, and there is the dirty white boy Tony Anthony, way before he became TL Hopper. I think he was a babyface here too, so he just and see that's a cool thing like with the dirty white boy character at the time. It whether he was a heel or babyface, he never really changed his style, so that's how he kind of kept popular with the fans. I mean, when he turned heel, uh, when he turned heel, the crowd would boo and whatever, but they instantly liked him as a babyface. He kept doing this kind of like the Road Warriors do. They kept beating people up.
Well, he's in a bad frame of mind. He could have pinned Mike Sampson right there. Could the dirty white boy.
There, his version of the DDT. I think it was like oh, the Bucks North Slam or something like that. I think what it was called. Basically, choke slam from Bucks North, Tennessee. That's where it's from. Bucks North, Tennessee. And if you listen, I mean, he cut pretty good promo here.
What is going to take place, my dear friend?
Yeah, I do believe this is one of those times that Jim Ross was fired because I don't know, it's because of Bell's palsy, I think, or that's what he claimed. I need to figure out a way I can plug another earpiece in so I can hear it. I'm gonna take my plunger and stick it up your rear end and take it back out. I'm gonna stick it back in because I am Keel Hopper. Oh, that's not Keel Hopper. He's a dirty white boy, 2018. He's not quite Keel Hopper yet. Poor fella. Yeah, if anybody thinks about calling me Teal Hopper, I'm gonna take this chain and beat the style. Bucks North Tennessee style. Yeah, this is tell this is after look at there. New Jack, Mustafa, Killer Kyle, and D'Lo Brown, the gangster pre ECW gangsters. And yes, I do believe uh, this is that little stint where he was a babyface sorta and was in a war with the gangsters, but turned into a ruse. And there's how about good talent too that doesn't get talked about enough. Tracy Smothers. Yep, the late great New Jack. Did I ever tell the New Jack story of ECW? Probably have. You want to hear it again? Basically, they was having a show at I don't know if it was the pay per view or the house show they had at the Cobb County Civic Center in Marietta, Georgia. But some people passed out flyers for like an after party. Then those guys ran out of flowers, went to the back, but New Jack seen a couple kids kind of like standing there, so he grabbed like a handful of flyers, told the guys to go, pass out some more, and just sit there and talk to the kids for a while. So I thought that was kind of cool. And let me tell you something. You know why I look crazy? You know I look crazy, Chimross? Because these rats here in Knoxville, Tennessee, are ugly. I don't know. I've never been in Knoxville, Tennessee. Killer cow. And a very young Low Brown. Is that? Okay, Boo Bradley. Boo Bradley grew up to become Boss Mahoney. And I mean, he was one of those guys too. I mean, it's pretty sad too. I mean, good dude's a big guy, not a gym guy, obviously, but a big guy who could move, who could work pretty good. But unfortunately, I guess he wanted to do that hardcore style, become Balls Mahoney, the chair swinging freak, and unfortunately also got messed up in drugs and stuff like that. But the character he played here was good, well liked, and like I said, I mean, the move around, you know, pretty good. I mean, there's a punch and kick match here, but oh, time to put the brawl straps down. You know what that means? Usually means a big comeback, but Boo Bradley's got things well in hand right now, so he could put the brawl straps back up anytime. And usually, what I mean by especially people can move around the ring pretty. I also mean pretty fluently, not clumsy. And I don't think Boo has been in the wrestling bit or Balls Mahoney uh, has been wrestling that long at this point. But of course, I think this time too, a lot of people, especially the big two, WCW, WWF, you know, they kind of got wanting to, body guys. Unfortunately, yeah, they would give, somebody like, well, you still had Typhoon and Earthquake around this time, and well, 95. Typhoon might have still been there. Bossman, I think, came back to WCW. Big guy getting up there for a drop kick. So, I mean, no, it's not a Brad Armstrong drop kick, but it was a pretty decent one. Oh, he's going to get in the armpit. Oh, big. That should do it right there. And nope, too close to the rope. Oh, what was that? A flapjack? Come on. You didn't see that, Mark Curtis? Good gosh. Acting like one of those AEW referees. Or, excuse me, acting like one of those modern day referees. And here comes, they're all ganging up on poor Boo Bradley. Will somebody save this poor man? I guess not. Oh, come on, guys. I'm trying to blade here. Trying to blade here. I think he's trying to blade. Looks like he was trying to blade. Oh, he's going, yep. And the blade's still in his hand. And here they are. The infamous dynamic duo. The third incarnation of a dynamic duo. This time not involving Tilo Blanchard or a Gino Hernandez. It is Al Snow and Unabomb. Of course, you recognize that big dude. I think he's the mayor now of is he like the mayor of Knoxville or whatever town's close to there?
It's all right. Anyway, save it up, okay? You're delirious with fever. Rock and Roll Express, I know what's in your heart, and we're going to show these people what's really in your heart. In fact, we got some demonstrational aids because we know all the people out there are so stupid.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty bad. So cross-eyed that when you cry, the tears run down your back. That's cold. That is cold. Uh, Sorry, I cut the volume down. I was want to listen to all this. Oh, can you folks hear me? Larry Santos and the Wolfman, not to be confused with the famous Georgia referee. May he rest in peace. Also, the Wolfman. But Larry Santos, longtime enhancement guy for the Crockett's and WWE or F as well. And yeah, you watch something like this, you just surprised it took Alcino this long for him uh, to actually get a decent break in wrestling. I mean, this is of course before he went to WWF. I guess later on this year, I think. Yeah, that stupid Avatar gimmick. What the shit was that there, Udavon? And of course, yes, like I said, that's Glenn Jacobs, Kane. Also, of course, is I guess one of the owners of Ohio Valley now. Bought it from Danny Davis. I think like a radio DJ and some other person along with Alcino owns it. There's a docu series on Netflix about OVWs. Pretty decent, not bad. Oh, got a mysterious glove. And there's the Rock and Roll Express. He used the glove on him. Oh, he sees that. Come on, ref. Don't see a darn thing. And all of a sudden you see that. You can one with the gosh, everybody had a 900 number at the time, didn't they? The truth was Jim Cornette. I wonder if he went into like shoot rants like he did later on. What was it? 96, 97 in WWF when what was it? Uh, AOL WWF Live or something like that. Confrontation with Lesnar. Here's another guy, man. This gosh, this drugs has got the best of him. I mean, dude can deliver a promo. It basically cost him the NWA World Title. I mean, he wasn't gonna keep it forever, but at least he could say he was a NWA World Champion. Now, what like I said, I started watching this era of it. I'm like, do not get the whole push of this Bobby Blaze guy. I guess they would just guess Cornette liked him. I mean, he's decent, but this belt is not for sale. I worked long and hard the last 2 years to get this belt. But don't you know who I am? I'm Nature Boy Buddy Lando. I got more talent in my pinky than you do your whole body. Come on, buddy. Stomp him. Whip him. There you go. Hey, D was doing the kick pad things where the kick pad things were popular. Oh, damn it. I'm T.O. Hawkins. Why am I holding my phone for this? But like I said, I mean, you don't hear right now. He's going to give a pretty good promo, entertaining promo sometimes, most of the time. And also, here's one of these guys, while I was listening to this interview, he was talking about, hey, if I had $10,000 in the bank, I thought I was doing great, and I just didn't give a shit. So I wouldn't show up or whatever, but which probably meant if you had $10,000 in the bank, probably spent five of it on cocaine, did it all, or probably did all of it once. But
Farmers, baling hay, and all that other kind of stuff. You understand what I'm talking about? And let me explain.
listen here, Les Thatcher. You know how much cocaine I did last night? I did a lot of cocaine last night. I can sit here and run my mouth probably rest of the night here. I feel like just pass out. I will be at the future Smoky Mountain champion. See, see, that's proof I did a lot of cocaine last night. Cocaine will make you do stupid shit like that on TV. But yes, you want to come back? If you want to come back there and do some cocaine with me, we'll go. You challenge me a cocaine off, Les Thatcher? You think you can do more cocaine than I can, Les Thatcher? Then fine. Sign your name on the dotted line, and we'll go line for line. I just can't. Obviously, I don't think. If somebody would have said last Thatcher did any kind, even drink a beer, I'd be surprised. Dude looked like he was for his age, of course, pretty good shape. That one time I did see him. Uh, he looked like he kept pretty healthy. Like I said, I ain't hurt. I ain't sure if he even. Might as well Google this. 83 years old. He still helps train people. Uh, oh, oh, okay. Talking about Holly Race. So he helped. He helps run a elite pro wrestling training uh, in his hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio, Ricky Steamboat. And up until his death, Holly Race helped out as well. Good gosh, Jim Cornette. Where do you get the? So I guess we'll. So yeah, at this time they brought in some WWF people. The Undertaker, of course, wrestled Unabomb. Yeah, who was talking? I think it was Buddy Landell who was talking about. It's like kind of hurt us more. I mean, yeah, it got a lot of tickets sold that night, but it really helped us because they would come in and kind of beat us. I mean, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels came in, and you know, Undertaker came in and beat Unabomb, and Shawn Michaels came in, beat Buddy Landell. There was some shenanigans, but still, who else came in? Evelyn Byers were kind of back and forth. I think Savage came in. And, I don't know, did Savage put somebody over? Can't remember. I think it says Savage actually came in and put somebody over. I think it was what's that? Can't think of that one guy's name. He really didn't mount much. There was a Doc Shot of ring about him. I remember that one that much. The power of the earth. All the secrets of the powers of the Undertaker. Oh yes, my Undertaker's gonna whip the crap out of you. Yes. Late great Percy Pringle. That was kind of funny to see. Here we see all these years of Percy Pringle, the I guess blonde hair, bleach blonde hair, whatever. Uh, Kind of be the goofy, chicken shit manager, whatever. And then also he's Paul Bearer, bottle black, everything, hair, eyebrows, painted up, uh, I can't think of his name now. Gomez, yeah, kind of the Gomez Adams book. Can't think of his name. Also. Unibom, I know you're my brother Kane. And of course, this would later get Cornette a job for the WWF. Yeah, the one time, for a long time, of course there was no sure if you did at the time, but pretty sure if you did one, he'd be like, screw the WWF and their cartoon, action figure, ice cream bar bull crap. I don't like him. Cut you. That's not real wrestling. That's some cartoon bullshit. But he wound up getting a job there and dish interviews where he would bash WCW and cheer on Vince McMahon, WWF greatest company in the world at the time. Yeah, this was when he was doing the Ohio Valley. He was a part owner with Danny Davis, but it was a farm system of the WWF before they did the Performance Center, NXT, whatever. Um, this was them. They started it. Then it was Heartland Wrestling, ran by Les Thatcher. Then later on, Deep South with Jody Hamilton. Then they closed all, eventually closed all three of, or pulled their support from all three places and basically started one, Florida's Championship Wrestling in Florida. Revamped that, but turned into NXT eventually. Gosh, is this dude still talking? Oh, of course, jump on that. But of course, when that happened, that damn fuckers, they don't know shit. They got John Cena doing rap and doing that. He gives them this generation shit fucking player, man. But and of course, I guess it's changed a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't listen to this podcast. Whole my glove match, West versus Alpha Unity. Oh yeah, this is part of the Bluegrass Brawl. Season title or Smoky Mountain title. 15-minute time limit. Tickets. Yo, Nation $6. Ringside $8. I mean, you can't nowadays. I mean, even indie shows in Georgia, ringside is probably between $12 to $20. Depends on who it is. And this, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, wrestling was kind of in a uh, recession, as a lot of things were. And there was this thing called ECW was popping up. So, I mean, this is pretty much the tail end of the whole sex scandals, steroid scandals, stuff like that. It was starting to get a little steam, a little bit. Next year will be bigger. You had a Monday Night Wars and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the Monday Night Wars kind of started tours. I guess I forgot when was it. that definitely wasn't a hell. That wasn't even a Boo Bradley drop kick. And just like there, he would throw dust chop too. And it does sound like they hurt. Come on, let's get it. Bang the quarter. All these moves I can do. And what should my next move be? Move B? Oh, backslide. Here we go. One, two. As Ricky would say, Terry Von Erich would have won. In case you're wondering, that's how that was the maneuver that Terry Von Erich used to beat Ric Flair in 1984 in Texas Stadium for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And yes, that does hurt. Actually, I ain't mistaken though. In all seriousness, I think this is when Buddy got clean or is starting to get clean. Because I think they wound up turning that into an angle. Because he lost the Shawn Michaels match, then had the falling out with Jim Cornette or Babyface, and in for that, he's talking about, did a promo where he was, wasn't at it, getting clean. Move, ref, dumbass. I will rule. Oh shit! I just ruled the referee. Oh, and yes, that was his move. Like, yeah, okay, I guess I was surprised. Yeah, okay, I remember this angle pretty well. He put up a Rolex, put up a car, all sorts of stuff to get a chance at the Smoky Mountain Championship. Of course, he'll eventually win it, but hey, did you count the three, you doofus? I don't know. I got double XL. Should have took that move, buddy. Buddy, should have took the move because you moved out of the way. I took the move and it hurt. beer. Only kidding. You know what? That would make the angle probably a little funny. He should have took that thing and pawned it for like a beer, and a how much was a Rolex in 1995? Man could buy a lot of beer. Could probably buy a beer and a double wide. So yes, that was Smoky Mountain of April 1st, or excuse me, uh, March 25th, 1995. So it kind of skipped over there and started playing the next episode, which was on April Fool's Day. So what y'all think of Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Pretty good show. Uh, lot of talent on that show. I mean, uh, you had Jim Ross doing commentary with Les Thatcher. You had a rookie Boo Badley to look, you know, pretty. I won't say rookie, but I mean, some of the comments people were saying his balls got the attention of the Southern fan base with Boo gimmick. What a switch he made when entering the pool of talent and ECW Paul Heyman. The bad thing about it, he didn't have to be that. Uh, I think he could have been just as well a capable wrestler if given a chance at one of the other promotions. I mean, I'm not saying world champion and all that good shit, but definitely a good hand, good spot, and attraction at least. A guy that size can move that well. I mean, didn't see that especially in the younger generation of 99 or 1995. Uh, yeah, you don't hear a lot about it. I mean, uh, uh, joking, one of the more underrated federations. Yeah, I think it got overshadowed by ECW. Uh, and like I said, I didn't either. I mean, I've seen maybe one or two shows came on like I think it was like Channel 14 or something like that. One of those independent channels before it became, I think, like a Bible thumping channel or a QVC channel, whatever it was, infomercial channel. Uh, yeah, that's kind of what happened with like some of the independent television stations. They became like Bible thumping channels or infomercial channels. They made more, I guess, made more money off that than showing any kind of original programming or Andy Griffin or reruns and stuff. I guess reruns you had to pay for. Yeah, so kind of watched something the other day that was talking about like lost hit TV shows. That's where most of it was about uh, the TV shows using uh, popular music, uh, popular copyrighted music. So the copyright, you know, uh, the right them being able to use the rights to that song. Uh, and then when I guess when the show ended, then when they try to put it on DVD, I guess they got to buy those rights back, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. That's why some shows you probably never see again because you use some of the songs. I don't remember one of those, but like half of them had that same problem. Yeah, I seen the tapes also advertised in the magazines, but didn't definitely didn't buy any. Like I said, all the episodes. Uh, I think well, if you follow that one YouTube channel, Down and Dirty Tennis or TN, I think it has like every episode of Smoky Mountain. I think that's where I watched all of them. But like I said, I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, ECW is doing something totally different. Uh, did the hardcore referees instead of count to three, but there was some room for this. But like I said, you know, TV was everything at the time. Even today's internet, uh, I've kind of wondered if it would work if you do like a pretty good, uh, if you can get like a small enough building, do weekly TV taping, to build up a big, say like the town I live in. I just kind of noticed a building that was used for something else that's not being used right now. And I was kind of like wondering, it's like, is it kind of like not a big warehouse, but small. I don't, can't remember how tall it is because I've never been back there. Uh, but it's got like a little entrance where like a bar used to be and stuff like that. And in the back, I was sitting there thinking about like, uh, not to build a lot, just just to kind of produce a good television product just to put on YouTube, for everybody to see, and especially the people in your town to see. Then say run like the local, uh, school gym or local. I think they have a YMCA and a Boys and Girls Club here. Uh, I know you're not watching this. It's Winder, not Monroe, so maybe talking about that one. But you know, use those can't go old school. Use those TVs to build up a show in a bigger building, say, uh, the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club. It will be interesting to see if it'll work. I know in the beginning it's going to probably not lose some money. If you always, I guess you're going to lose money in the beginning. I mean, as long as if you have the money to do it, um, because it's going to take some time for it to really get over. Maybe 1 or 2 years. If you can have the money to kind of invest in that for like a 2 year project like that, because you gotta get talent. Uh, and me personally, I'll be like, okay, I got to scout some talent that not everybody's using, and put them in a or talent that's ready to get a good big push, main event push, uh, and people ain't seen everywhere yet else yet. I mean, yeah, you probably will have to get some established people, maybe 1 or 2. Um, See, all this kind of come in my head right now, so I can't really. But if you have the money to say a 2 year project to see if it actually works, uh, you know, first year it's like okay, as long as I don't, I have the money, as long as I break even. But if I'm not making money the second year, uh, sell it. Let somebody else take over. I guess sell it to somebody, let somebody, uh, do what they can, uh, or call it wraps. just be interested. I mean, because you do this, you put it on YouTube, trying to get monetized. Of course, when you get it monetized, you get money from that. Um, hopefully, and that will help. Charge a little bit for TV tapings. Uh, no more than $10. I mean, figure out what your rent is, which I'm pretty sure, like right now, rent would be highly expensive. So the first thing you want to do is have a lot of money. If you can actually buy the building, that'd probably be better. But I don't. I don't know anybody has that kind of money who wants to try to invest in something like that. But like I said, this have your budget 2 years, 1 year, okay. If I'm breaking even, hopefully I'm breaking even by the first year. Second year, hopefully, definitely in the black. Making, you know, uh, uh, millions of dollars. No, just making enough to where you're making a profit. Wrestlers are getting paid, hopefully pretty well. Um, and if you just hit that lightning in the bottle, have some good years. I mean, maybe you have yourself a little territory going. Maybe probably not, probably a livable, what do they call it, livable wage. That would be awesome to do, but just don't think you can do that. And plus, soon somebody gets a lot of name recognition, other independents going to be calling that talent. WWE is going to be looking at that talent. AEW is going to be looking at that talent. So, anyways, but yeah, sorry, that just kind of popped in my head. One of those things that would be interesting. Be an interest. Excuse me if I can spit it out. Just like I mean, I'm just looking right now. One independent uh, companies I go to and see shows at, they got 1 point or 1,700 subscribers. So their latest show that was that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The last show they had, and of course this is their you know sometimes they run monthly shows to twice a month shows. Um, so they're back on that you know uh, 2 show cycle. Like the show they filmed and done 2 weeks ago, that's got 1,000 views now. The one they did 2 day this past Saturday that they put up 2 days ago, that's got 640 views. But like I said, they way they do it, they kind of have their shows, film it, and just put it on YouTube. I'm talking about actually having a separate TV show, doing angles to build kind of the old school way. Use TV to build up the angle to build up a like a monthly show at a bigger place. If that makes sense. But would definitely like to have the money to try it out. But like I said, I would have to hire a booker and scout talent, stuff like that. Oh, and have the money. I do not have money and connections and people who are because you gotta have people who's actually going to understand what you're trying to do and buy into it as well. Get a crew of wrestlers to buy into what you're trying to accomplish, uh, and do the whole spiel like, hey, I'm not here to be the next AEW. I'm not here to be the next WWE. Uh, but when put out a good product, good little TV product that hopefully draws people to a bigger venue. Um, not the not I was about to say the Omni, not State Farm, not Mercedes Benz Stadium. Uh, you know, place that you at least draw like a if you can get some bleachers, bunch of bleacher seats and stuff like that. You know, 1,000, 2,000 people. I'm not sure how many you can actually uh, pack in there. Pretty sure you can if you, like I said, get enough bleachers and stuff. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, think I'm about. I think I'm about to call it a night. Um, yeah, this night show kind of got on a rocky start too. It's definitely my fault this time. I didn't try to do the Facebook Live thing. Uh, I, I wanted to do the Kevin Sullivan tribute, 10 bell salute and all that. So I didn't want to try to do that, but thought I had everything ready, but didn't quite have everything ready. So much that's my fault. Last night it was me trying to do things, but probably next Thursday I did play with it a little bit last night after Thursday, so maybe this Thursday on Spot Show live stream we can go YouTube and Facebook Live. Maybe I tried out Monday or Tuesday. Uh, Either do the Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, which by the way, might as well do this. Uh, Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday I do a trivia show called Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. This I might I don't know might do that on Facebook Live, but still put the recording on uh, YouTube. As long as if people want to watch it, answer along the way, that'll be cool. Uh, but yes, that's usually every Tuesday. I also do a WWE recap show or WWE Raw recap show. Uh, Try to have that out on. See, I messed up today too. Uh, Somehow I deleted my. I already had like my plug set up, but I deleted it for some dumb reason. Anyway, uh, I also do a WWE recap show. Usually try to have that on Tuesdays as well. Also do an AEW Dynamite recap show. Of course, right now they're building up the All In Wembley Stadium show. Definitely going to get that one because it's at 1 o'clock. Hopefully, it don't last all night. But so far, it looks like kind of an interesting show. Should be a good match between Swerve Strickland and uh, Ryan Danielson. Will he lose? Have to retire? We should see. We shall see. Speaking of Thursday, I do a live stream called Spot Show Live Stream with me, Ronald Ray. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Friday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Friday morning in India. Uh, let's see. Discuss some wrestling news that's going on that day or that week. That one I might try to do YouTube and Facebook Live at the same time. I might try it again. Gotta try it again. Can't just not try it, or you can't try something once then not try it again. Um, that's no fun. So we'll have to try that shit again. But if you're not into the new school of wrestling, today's wrestling, I got something for you. It is Wrestling Gold Friday Night, which everybody's watching right now. That's every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Saturday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Saturday morning in India. And by the way, I should be, let's see, I know I'll be home again all next week. So the live streams will be at the same, regular time. The following week, I gotta be there Monday. Pretty much work 24 hours. I gotta be there at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. Tuesday morning. Uh, I'll probably, as soon as I get back to the hotel, I'll probably pass out. Not sure I'll be there all that week, but um, I will keep you informed. Usually, the only thing that kind of really messes up is the Wrestling Gold Friday nights, which I just have to do it again. 10 p.m. Uh, not next Friday, but the following Friday. 2 weeks from tonight. So hopefully, I don't have to do that. Uh, I think eventually I'll probably have to. Uh, just depends on what's all going on. But like I said, that does it for me tonight. Appreciate everybody who joined me in the chat. Rest in peace again to Kevin Sullivan. Condolences go to his friends and family. Uh, hey, if you did watch it and you made it this far and you liked it, hey, drop a like button. Also, like I said about that, if you want to go ahead and say hello and watch me live, go ahead and say hello or good night or whatever. You're free to do that. If you're watching the replay, which will be available as soon as I end this, uh, go ahead and in the comments drop a hello or uh, give us your favorite Kevin Sullivan memory, um, and pay your respects to Kevin Sullivan. Uh, and if it's your first time watching anything of mine, hey, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so any of my other content, new shows, new episodes of my content come up, you will know that it's up and ready for you to watch. So until then, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.